Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 20th. We're just going to jump right in here, Taurus, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time, and that'll be that. You have this, I love this card here, this Badger Spirit. It says, be fearless, be bold. A lot of people have been getting like the King of Wands, Queen of Wands, that type of energy, which is very similar to that Badger Spirit. It's all about needing to like really charge towards a victory. Here you go, Knight of Wands in your reading. So I feel for a lot of you, this reading is really encouraging you to move very quickly towards the things that you desire and want to have in your life. And that's pretty much that. You have this flexible card here, and pretty much everyone has had something about flexibility. You even have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands represents spontaneous energy, just being open to different ways of doing things. Same thing here. I've said it a million times in the past that if you're doing anything at all in business, work, career, love, it's probably not going to work out exactly how you expect it to, and that's perfectly fine. But I think if we, if our mind is too set on something needing to work out the way that we have it planned out in our head, then we're going to be disappointed. I feel if we can say, things probably aren't going to work out the way I want them to, but that's okay, I'm still going to get there, then we'll be fine, right? You even have in this row the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of only seeing one way of doing things. I always say with the Eight of Swords that imagine if you were up against a wall that's only as big as your face, but you didn't know that all you had to do was step around it. That's like the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords can represent being too close to a problem, and it represents needing to be more flexible, needing to see that, that's one way you can escape the Eight Swords. Again, this is a card of self-imposed restriction. She can easily set herself free. She just needs to see that she can set herself free. You also have the Knight of Cups here. The Knight of Cups is like a knight in shining armor, and so there definitely could be love here. You have the Knight of Cups, to the Ace of Pentacles, to the Two of Cups. So there could be like even in this row, you have the Hierophant, which would be marriage. So some of you could be attracting a person for marriage. It could be you have everything here. It could be fire, earth. Fire, earth, and water really stand out to me, but also Aquarius stands out to me as well. But again, take it how it resonates. Other than that, this can represent a dream, something that you're wanting to accomplish. She's normally looking into that cup and dreaming of something. And if we look here, Knight of Cups to the Star can be a dream, something that you're hoping for, something you've been hoping for as well. So I feel for a lot of you, there's a lot of dreaming going on here. I feel like you need to trust your feelings. Almost every single person, again, has had this card, the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about really valuing how you feel about things. She is the card of valuing your feelings. She values her feelings above everything else. And she really only does things based off of how she feels. So I feel you need to trust your feelings. Again, some of you could be water sign coming in love as well. You have this Badger Spirit. This card says, be fearless, be bold. In this row, you also have the Ace of Pentacles. I kind of get that feeling of once you make a decision, follow through on the decision. I feel like too many of us, especially if you're watching tarot, right? I love tarot. I do this for a living. I have a lot of problems with tarot, believe it or not, right? One of my problems with tarot is that I think too many people allow it to control their life. I also feel like people look to tarot for answers. You already have and trust me, I get it. I realize that's why people are here, but it's like you already have the answers inside of you. And sometimes I think we just need to make a decision and stick with it, no matter what the outcome is. But really, for the most part, if we make a decision and stick with it, we're going to be successful. And I kind of feel that's what this is saying here. In this row, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Wands. Really, really positive. The Ace of Pentacles, I feel, is kind of like an opportunity. The Ace of Pentacles represents something that has a lot of potential. And the reason it has potential is because there's a garden right here. The Ace of Pentacles is something that we need to take care of, something that we need to nurture into existence. So the more we take care of it as well, just like a real life garden, the more you tend to it, the more you take care of it, the better quality, things that you use in your soil or whatever you're doing, right? The more you take care of it, the more successful it's going to be. So I feel there's an opportunity coming in for you. I'm getting the word dream on the Star card, like I said earlier. So it's clearly, I feel this is something you've been dreaming of for a while here that is coming into your life, this Star card. And It feels pretty good to me. I feel some sort of hesitation. I feel like saying no, which is weird. But I feel like this hesitation is coming from you, where it's like you have this dream and that you want to accomplish. Could be like a business, could be a relationship, or to have a family, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And I feel like, but I keep getting the word no, but it's not saying like, no, you're not going to accomplish it. I feel like you're the one that's saying no, like, no, I can't accomplish this, right? And I'm saying, yes, you can. So I feel like you need to believe that something is possible for you. That's the whole point of the star. It's a card of hope, faith, and renewal. Faith, having faith that you can accomplish something. She's pouring water onto the land right here. And the water that she's pouring onto the land, it kind of represents the fact that if something is possible for one person, it's possible for everyone. It's possible for anyone to do. So I feel like you need to realize that if you have a dream that you feel is impossible, you're saying no to, but it's still a dream, I feel like you need to realize if someone's done it, you can do it. And the other thing is, I think sometimes we think a dream is impossible because of how someone else accomplished it. We might be saying, oh, like I want to be like Elon, right? It's like, I want to launch rockets into outer space, but it's like he had a bunch of companies. He had to make billions of dollars first before he got there. But it's like, I don't know, maybe there's another way to do it, right? So, it's like, this is saying, sometimes I think we say, no, we can't do it because of how someone else did it. But it's like, okay, you're not that person. You're not going to accomplish your goals the same way someone else did. You're going to do it differently. Here you go. Knight of Wands, needing to be spontaneous, needing to at least try, right? Knight of Wands is a mystery. There are these three pyramids here, and the pyramids in the tarot represent mysteries or kind of like not understanding how to do something. But the thing is that on the Knight of Wands, he's willing to experience the mystery. He's willing to go for the ride. He's willing to see how things could happen. He's willing to see, how he can, go make, do his little journey, whatever you want to call it, right? So I feel like you need to realize that you are capable of making something happen here with the Knight of Wands, but you have to like go on the journey and you have to get started. I also feel like you need to be spontaneous in the sense that you need to realize that there are like multiple ways to do things. Like you don't have to do things the way that someone else has done them. And that's what he kind of talks about. It's kind of weird because every single reading I've done for the past few weeks has really been about this, has really been about realizing that there are many ways of doing things. I feel like the universe is trying to bring us back to a place of abundance. I've been saying for a while that I feel like the energy is like a funnel right now. We're all being pushed to this point. And so the energy is very similar from reading to reading to reading. The problem with that is that I feel like everybody's thinking of the same solutions to everything that is going on. So we need to go like this, and we need to broaden our solutions, and that's why I feel like your reading is talking about that. Next, you have this future card, this North Node card. It says the future. Funny enough, the last row here is your future position. So I feel like you're just talking about the future. You have the Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. This is you showing up in a very strong position in your reading, literally the outcome position. So you're showing up as yourself. The Two of Cups, I do feel could be love coming in for you, like I said. I would say that it's someone you have very deep connection with. And, the Two of Cups to me is soulmates, but they're meant to look very different on this card, So the Two of Cups tells me that you could be attracting someone who's very different than your usual type, someone who isn't like the typical type of person that you would go for, right? Or they could just come from a different background. They could be from another country. They could be from a distance. They could have had a different background growing up, all those things, right? So it's interesting. During the 2022 readings, I remember that this card kept coming up for everyone. So makes perfect sense to me. And finally, you have this Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness and kind of being resourceful, digging in, looking for resources. Like I said, whenever I have these readings that are all about being spontaneous and also about finding other solutions to things that you're dealing with, I always tell people it's like, you might think you need money to do something, but maybe you don't with the Queen of Pentacles. So it kind of just says, be open to finding other ways of doing things, or be open to kind of like, finding the resources to do something in a different way. Let's see. We're going to clarify with the After Tarot, by the way. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. I mean, justice is the answer of 2022, as I've been saying for a long time. Justice says, if you're wondering if you should get into something, put a little energy in. If you get energy back, keep going. It's pretty simple. So I do like that. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups, fulfillment and feelings. What I said this on the Queen of Cups. It's all about your feelings. The Nine of Cups is a card of fulfillment, wishes, but the trick with the Nine of Cups is that the reason he's experiencing fulfillment is because he's meant to look a little chubby on this card. And look, he's having a feast on the After Tarot Nine of Cups. I always say this on every single time I read the Nine of Cups, that he's meant to look chubby. It's meant to represent the fact that he has had a feast before. So it's like for us to have love, we have to be in the energy of love before we can have love. If we want abundance or money, we have to be in the energy of money before we can have it. People always say to me, Chris, I've never been in love. How do I do that? I'm like, well, do you love your cat? Do you love a squirrel from your backyard? Do you love, I don't know, do you love your dehumidifier that I'm looking at right now in your office? Like, what do you love? It says go love that thing, right? You don't actually have to go directly to the thing like a person that you want. You have to go to the energy, which is different. You can love being in nature. You can go out in nature and find abundance, right? There are leaves on all the trees. That's abundance. There's billions of them, right? In like a square foot. So, it's about being in the energy, not actually having the thing. And if you can do that, you'll get it. And the Queen of Cups talks all about that as well. With the Eight of Swords, you have you showing up again, the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you're showing up in a strong position. King of Pentacles is comfort zone-y, a little bit. So I would say don't be afraid to leave a comfort zone. Again, this whole entire reading is saying be bold, be assertive. So sometimes we have to leave a comfort zone to be able to do that. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of having learned. Every single person's had the Hermit this week. I've done about 6 readings so far this week, and I've noticed that the Hermit has come up quite a bit. The Hermit kind of says you've been through the darkness, and now it's time to shine your inner light. He normally has the star in his lantern. You have the star right here. So it's like you're kind of shining your inner light at this time, I feel. With the star, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely could be a knight in shining armor if there's love coming in for you. So I do feel there could be love entering into your life. Could be a water sign. Could be any sign. Just probably a person who leaves you breathless, right? With this Knight of Cups. I don't know. I don't think it's that dramatic, but whatever. It might be someone who really turns you on, right? But other than that, the Knight of Cups is your dreams. Didn't I say the word dream on the star? The Knight of Cups, he's normally looking at that cup. He's like dreaming of his future life, everything that he's, that he wants to create, manifest, whatever. And so I feel like you really need to start like working towards a big dream that maybe feels a little impossible, like I said earlier. With the Knight of Wands, you have the King of Cups. Definitely could be a water sign. Look at all these kings as well. I kind of feel like the kings are more like your energy here. It's almost like you're kind of stepping up, taking the lead, doing things to take the lead as well. Again, you have the Queen of Cups, King of Cups, divine counterparts. So I don't think love is like a main message here. It's a message, right? It's just here. So it's like if y'all want it, I feel like it exists. If you don't want it, that's fine. With the Two of Cups, you have the Hierophant again. Pretty crazy. You could be marrying this person. So definitely marriage potential because you have the Hierophant twice. If you don't want marriage, I do get the word contract here. So there could be some sort of contract or something that you're filling out. And I would say if you are, after the retrograde, perfect time to do it. But you could be coming to like some sort of agreement with another person. For others, it's like something is filling in here. Those are the words I get. I don't know. We might have to pull an extra card there in a minute. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands. I literally said Queen of Wands at the beginning of the reading. Be on that badger spirit. Be fearless. Be bold. Queen of Wands, she is bold, fearless. She really makes it happen. She really goes for what she wants and she doesn't stop. And I feel like the more tenacious you can be, the better. With the Hierophant, you have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, something being dead, done, over with. The Hierophant would represent traditional belief. To me, this is Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is literally the death of traditional belief. I talk about this all the time. Neptune and Pisces forces us to look at things that we've always believed for no reason. And say, like, why do I believe this? So just like simply changing your beliefs. Top row outcome, you have the Six of Wands. Success, abundance, good news, good things coming in for you. So it's also a card of victory as well. I really feel you could be standing out. You have that star card, which is about like standing out, shining your inner light. Middle row, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is patience, but really it's a card of turning one thing into another, turning a failure into a success. You could also be turning a success into a failure, but that's not really the direction that you want to go in with the Temperance card. You want to be successful. I love this Temperance card because, again, like he has this dove flying out of the cup. It's like he turned the water into a dove. So I really feel you have the power to turn one thing into another. Bottom row, we have the Seven of Swords. A lot of people get in the Seven of Swords as well. Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. But it is a card of doing things differently. I always say he is stealing these swords from an army in the background. It represents going to war, but he's not going to war by clashing. He's going to war by stealing the swords so they can't be used against him the next day in battle. So it's like a card of doing things differently. And that's what your whole entire reading has been about. But I love this reading. I do feel like something leaves you breathless here, but it's something you have to discover. If it's a person, you're going to have to be bold, be assertive, get out there and meet the person. They're not going to show up next to you on your couch. Trust me, I've tried. If it's success in business, same thing. You're going to have to turn one thing into another, and you're going to need to realize that you can't compare yourself to other people. You're not going to accomplish your goals the way they did. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't use them as an inspiration, right? It's like I think we should use people as an inspiration, but also realize that things are going to work out differently, and that's fine. That's part of our journey. It makes our life more exciting. It's like if everybody was the same, it'd be very boring, and then you wouldn't have anything to share, right? So don't be afraid to go on your own journey either. But this looks really good. So thank you for being here, Taurus. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.